Hello there. I thought today I'd talk a little bit about meditation. Obviously, there's a lot that can be said, but I thought I'd talk about how we begin our meditation. Firstly, it's not easy, is it? Particularly when we're fairly new to meditation, to actually build up a practice every day. Yeah, but also, I think sometimes we can just plonk ourselves down and expect to sort of get on with our meditation, get it done. Maybe we want to just get it out the way for the day or something. So, in a way, we don't know how to enjoy our meditation. And that's what it should be. It should be pleasurable, it should be something that we benefit from. So, I thought I'd say something about, what do we do at the beginning of the meditation? I mean, the first thing to say is that it's really good to be aware of how we begin our meditation, whether we give it time and space so that we can really connect with ourselves. And the first thing, of course, is how we're sitting, is our posture. So we want to have a relaxed but upright posture, a relaxed posture, but one that's going to support our meditation, not going floppy. And we want to make sure that our back is straight and that our arms are supported, that we're not pulling our shoulders down. And you can sit on anything you like to meditate, but I think for most people, sitting on meditation cushions is a good way to sit. So there are K-pop cushions and there are bean cushions, and you just have to find out what suits you. Or, of course, there are meditation stools, and they can be very useful too. Well, because I've got the body I've got, I have to sit on a chair. And a chair is fine as well. If you do sit on a chair, you want to make sure that your feet are on the ground and preferably that you're not leaning against the back of the chair, because anything that can help us keep awake and alert is going to be helpful. So after posture, we bring our attention gradually to the body. So we're noticing through the senses what we're experiencing. It sounds so obvious, but it's something that we don't often do because we're so much in our heads. So what can we hear with our ears? What can we see with our eyes? What can we smell with our nose and taste with our mouth and feel in our skin? And sensations also inside. So we're gradually bringing attention to what we can experience directly. And I think that's very helpful for taking us away from what's going on in our mind. And of course, something is always going on there. We have lots of thoughts, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we don't need to get caught up in them. So the reality of the present moment is in what we can sense with our senses. And this has a very grounding effect. And that's what we want to be. We want to be sitting like a mountain, unperturbed, solid, stable, grounded. And I think it's a way of being that we can get used to. And then when we sit, we can just drop into that way of being. So when we've done all that, it's like, what's the emotional weather doing inside us? What's the emotional tone? And that's not always obvious, and we don't want to be searching around for it. So maybe nothing comes to mind. Maybe we're kind of just fine. Maybe we're bored. Maybe we're excited. Maybe we're happy. Maybe we're sad. Maybe we're even depressed. But whatever it is we're experiencing, just being willing to sit with that, to face that, whatever it is. Not to think that somehow it should be different. So very often in meditation, I think we're often wanting an experience that's different to the one we're having. It's usually connected with our imagining that we shouldn't be having thoughts when thoughts are going to arise. They're going to keep on coming. And to the extent that we're not bothered about that, to that extent, we'll be able to relax and not to worry about it. Just to relax and keep letting them go. and they arise and you let them go, and they arise again and you let them go. So that's really important. Then the next thing is our purpose. It's good to have a clear idea of what our purpose is. So we might have an immediate purpose for this meditation, and that might be, okay, I want to stay awake for this meditation. That could just be a simple purpose. Or it might be that I'm going to be a bit more determined to stay with the breath. It partly depends on our personality. You know, if we're usually very easy on ourselves and looking for an easy way out, we might need to put in a bit more effort. But actually, if we're a little bit hard on ourselves, then maybe we could do with just a bit more relaxation, a bit more letting go, a bit more being easy on ourselves. So it does depend on your personality. But then there's a broader purpose as well. Why are we meditating at all? What do we want to meditate for? So, you know, if we're Buddhist, we're meditating to gain the freedom of enlightenment. That's what we're meditating for. You might not use the word enlightenment, but we're wanting freedom from suffering. We're wanting to be calmer. We're wanting to be clearer. So whatever your purpose is, to just, you know, it's not a bad idea to have a reminder, because that can really connect us to what we're doing so that we don't keep sliding away. We start off fully aware of our body, our emotions, and what's going on in our mind. And then what I like to do is to see where the energy is in the body. Where is our energy? Is it all in our head and we're assailed by all sorts of thoughts that we can't get rid of? We can't even be happy with. We can't even let them be. It's just like they keep on teasing us. Or maybe our energy is in our body and we find it really difficult to sit because we feel fidgety and we want to get up. We want to get on with the day and do all those things that need doing. So it can be really clear to just notice where the energy is. And I always like to look for energy in my back because we don't give the back much attention. I think it's because our eyes are in the front of our body. So we end up kind of preoccupied with the front of ourselves and just checking, you know, is there energy in our back? There very often is. So we find out where our energy is. And then finally, it's like we come to a place of resolution. So we've done all this preparation. It need only take seconds. It doesn't take a long time to do those things. But then we're kind of resolved. It's like, yeah, I know why I want to meditate. I know what I'm dealing with. I know what my emotional state is. You know, I know how busy my mind is. I'm aware of it all and I'm grounded. And maybe I'm determined to sit here for 15, 20 minutes or whatever it is, half an hour. And so you make a decision based on that resolve. You make a decision that you're going to see this through. And personally, I would suggest that if you are resolved to and determined to meditate regularly, and you decide, okay, I'm going to have some weeks where I do this every day, and just see. Do it as an experiment. Does it make a difference to your life, or does it not? If it doesn't, well, maybe go and do something else. Maybe meditation's not for you, but do give it a sufficient try, because if you don't, you'll never know. You'll never know, well, maybe I missed out, you know. Maybe it really was worth it. So that's a few hints about how to set yourself up for meditation. And it will be worth it just to do a little bit of preparation in that way. So I'm going to leave it there. Bye for now.